Okay, so here's a box that I drew, and just to show you if you can check to see if your box is correct, what you want to have here is, for example, if I look at B1 and I slide that over, that should be parallel with B2 here. If I slide this over, that should be parallel with B through. So those three are parallel. I did it correct. Now, do the same thing here. So let's say this is, we'll call this one A3. And then if I slide this over, that should be parallel there. That's A, we'll call that A2. And we'll slide this over and we'll call that A1, okay? Now, for the vertical ones, I'm gonna use a green. And what I'm gonna do here, once again, if I call this, I'm gonna call it just V1 as in vertical. I'll call this V2. And I'm gonna call this one V3. So if you drew your box, you can just check and see if, is this parallel? So A2, 3, 2, 1, okay? B3, B2, B1. V1, V2, V3. Now V1's off a little bit. It's maybe at a slight angle, so I could correct it a little bit. For the most part, though, it's pretty good. So what I did now is this. I've got 3 cubes here. All 3 of these cubes have one side that's off. What I'm gonna have you do right now is we'll just stop the video, okay? And then I want, for this is box A, box B, and box C, okay? And you tell me by looking at it which line is off, okay? And you could hold up a pencil vertically and you could kind of just check some verticals, okay? So I drew it by hand, so they're not perfect, but there's at least one, they all have one side that's off. There's one line that's off quite a bit. So tell me which line that is. So in box A, which line is off? In box B, which line is off? In box C, which line is off? So at this point, I would just pause the video